I just want to say, man, when you see when you start to see life, for me, I started seeing, I started getting clarity maybe like 2 years ago. I started seeing clearer, seeing life for what it is. Um, and it's a trip when you start to really see it a certain way. It's a trip. It'll trip you out. It's gonna fuck your head up a little bit. Um, and it helped me realize like I don't really I don't really care to be in a race. Like like I don't want to be a part of like that group or that wave of motherfuckers like that the world or the people that run the world, they have this restraint on people. They have this control on people. And most people go through what they go through just for money. Just to be able to, it don't even like, you gotta think, bro. It don't even be, yo, I need to do this. I want to do that because I'm trying to maintain my situation. It's unfortunate that I gotta pay bills. It's unfortunate that I gotta buy food and it ain't for free and it ain't this, ain't that. It don't even be like motherfuckers don't even go through what they go through because they want to survive and they want to take care of what they need to take care of so they can sustain a certain life or just sustain life, to sustain shelter and things like that, like living minimal. Most motherfuckers go out here and work every day so they can keep up with the Joneses, so they can look like, a certain way, or look like they got this or they on this type of shit. And like, I just be thinking like, damn, bro, like I really I really see this shit for what it is. Like I really see the true colors of life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want no parts of that shit. Not on no uh not on no suicidal type shit, but on some like life ain't life don't really seem, the value of life is trash now. Like it ain't really nothing. Like it's like, I don't know. But um it's tricky, bro. Like cause I really when you realize, like when you love somebody, you care about somebody, like I really can't sit up here and watch my kids suffer because I'm tired. You feel what I'm saying? Like because I had enough. And it's like for me, like I know I'm burnt out with this shit. Cause it's like, how the fuck do people go through life 50, 60 years and don't ask certain questions or don't have, but I get it because a lot of motherfuckers just be sleep. You would think a nigga up because he up, but he really sleep. He not up. That nigga ain't woke for real. He up moving around, operating, but that nigga really sleep, bro. Cause like, I look at people now, and as I'm getting up there in age, like while I'm getting up there in age and shit, I'm like, damn, bro. Niggas really go through life doing the same shit for their whole life. And so I think I'm getting fatigued early. Not by coincidence though. Like, and so I could pivot, so I could find something that's true to me. You know what I'm saying? Something that something real. Like I peep, like, bro, you ain't gonna really find no long-term happiness in anything outside of you. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm seeing that. I'm understanding that. I watch so many people chase the same shit for their whole life. So I'm looking at it now like how I see life now. I see it for what it is, and like I'm not delusional. And a lot of times I be wishing I could go back to being delusional, bro, and being naive. That was my best times. Like when I ain't really see life for what it is, I ain't really understand it for what it truly is. Like when you really look at this shit, bro, this shit is a rerun. This shit is highly repetitive. Same holidays every year, same celebrations every year. Niggas doing the same shit on their days off. Niggas is trying to hustle for the same things, the same outcomes, the same experiences, the same enjoyments. It's like, I even ask myself in this moment, like, why I'm seeing it like that? Why can't I just embrace it or accept it for what it is? But it probably ain't meant for me to. Me just going through life and just accepting what they telling me life is, or how they structured this life shit. Like what they told us we gotta go after, what we gotta hustle for, what's most important, what mean everything, what we gotta trade our time for, what we gotta go to work for, we gotta pay taxes for. How the fuck we gotta pay taxes, bro? Most niggas paying taxes, you paying taxes for somebody else to live. Welfare, niggas in jail. They just making up shit that you gotta pay taxes for. They print, bro, they print money, bro. They really make money. Literally, they make money. But they weren't about taxing us, bro. If your check say $2,225, bro, you should be able to have $2,225, not $500 being taxed. You paying for food. This shit a game. This shit really is a simulation, bro. They gotta make it interesting. It can't run smooth. It can't just be simple. We gotta complicate this shit. We gotta tax people. We gotta do this. We gotta make it to where as though they gotta go through that. Like it's like, and it's all being controlled by some people that got power, or some people that's at the top. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. But you start to see this life shit. Like I said, the repetitiveness. Nigga, everybody get tired of reruns, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's your favorite show or not. So I started seeing it like, when you start to see life for what it truly is, bro, motherfucker might call you depressed, say you sad, say you miserable. I don't think that's the case, bro. I don't feel like I am, bro. I could be. Based off the life, based off this life shit, I could be. I could easily be depressed. I could easily be miserable. It's designed that way. But I think when you start to see life for what it truly is, and really understand it, it's hard to enjoy it. Because when you see it, when you wake up, when you start to gain that clarity, bro, When you start to see that shit, once you see it, you can't unsee it, bro. So once you are able, that's why I said it's more of a curse than a gift. Once you are able to see this shit for what it truly is, you can't unsee it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'm real, like, I was just telling my kid's mom, like, bro, I only do this shit. She like, yeah, like, you know, she was saying something to me, but I was trying to explain to her, like, bro, I don't care about none of this shit. She like, that's the wrong attitude to have, but it's like, it's the truth. It's my truth. I'm telling the truth. Would you rather me lie? I don't have the luxury of being delusional and naive anymore. I see this shit for what it is. So a lot of shit that I probably once enjoyed, I can't enjoy no more. It's a distraction. It was designed that way. But now that I'm not being easily distracted or easily manipulated, life has become difficult to enjoy. Life has become impossible to enjoy. This experience has, like, I'm over this experience. I've outgrown this experience. I've outgrown this shit that they created for people. 99% of the other motherfuckers is delusional and naive and everything else. They still can go outside and enjoy everything else as if it's their first time enjoying it or their first time experiencing it. For me, not so much. So a motherfucker look at you like you crazy or look at you like you miserable or you depressed when you get to talking like that. But it's like, no, I'm above this shit. Like, I'm seeing this shit for what it really is. You still being manipulated and controlled, and you still being lied to. You probably really still believe it's a Santa Claus or something, like, you know what I mean? Or it's a real tooth fairy, like one of them type motherfuckers, you know what I mean? You still believe in, like, religion, like, you know what I'm saying? Not to get too off a topic, but I feel like that's me being honest, bro. A lot of people respect the lie more than they respect the truth, and, like, that's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't enjoy life. I don't enjoy this shit the way other people enjoy it. I can't be all riled up over materials and over temporary happiness, temporary gain, because it's as fast as it's coming, as fast as it's going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, even that, like, I want to continue to just try to pour into myself and, you know, little things like trying to get my body right, trying to gain discipline over my temptation, my desires, shit like that, you know, finding enjoyment in odd places or places less traveled. You feel what I'm saying? Like, finding enjoyment in that is what I'm trying to say. Is basically is I don't find enjoyment in the material world. Like, I don't find enjoyment in this world that they created. I don't enjoy it. Not to say that I don't love myself and I don't enjoy me. I got work to do and I got to still keep grinding and stacking my days and getting my body where I want it to be at, and working out and having mental clarity and continuing to get sharper and sharper. But I'm not living like we all existing. I could be standing next to a nigga and we having two totally different experiences. Would make me go might not make you go. What I enjoy, you may not enjoy. And I feel like a lot of people might not understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? They ain't woke up yet. You know what I'm saying? They ain't seeing it how I'm seeing it. But for me, the world that they created for humans, you know, this whole thing that's been created artificially, I'm no longer enjoying this shit. And the average motherfucker say, damn, bro, you might be depressed, bro. You might be going through something. You might need to talk to a therapist. Like, nah, bro. And not even like on no competitive shit, but I'm just a little bit ahead of you. You'll see this shit. Hopefully you granted the opportunity, or you're afforded the opportunity to see the world for what it truly is as well. I really wouldn't even wish that on nobody, to be honest. I wouldn't even want to put that on nobody because, like I said, it's more of a curse than a gift. It's hard when you start to see it for what it is, because you don't want to go with the waves. You want to go against the waves. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go, you're not going with the flow. You're going against the flow. You're going against the grain. Feel what I'm saying? You got questions. You seeing it for what it is. You really gonna be like a, what they call it, like a Debbie Downer. You gonna be like, you gonna piss on a lot of people parade. A lot of people want to be happy and delusional, bro. And I respect it. I probably wasn't called to be that. I probably wasn't supposed to stay like that. Feel what I'm saying? But it's very not enjoyable. Like this experience, bro, the material world and what people base their whole lives around and what people chase, people running the same race, they chasing their tail. They on the hamster wheel. They going through the same mazes. They running the same laps. They running the same race. They competing with the same people. They doing the same things, you know, like they say, keeping up with the Joneses. And like I said, the same holidays every year, the same celebrations, the same things are being said. People are doing the same things over and over and over and over again. And it's like when you see it, you be like, God damn. When you see what you got to go through to make a little bit of money, to get a little bit of traction or, you know, a little bit of stability, if you can even gain that out here, it's like what you got to go through, it don't be worth it. So when I'm talking to somebody that got average ears and average eyes, they looking at me like, oh, damn, you giving up. No, like, I'm just burnt out. I'm tired of this part of it. This shit is, I'm cool off this. And it ain't many people out here that's like me. I don't have many people out here that I can really relate to and have these conversations with. So when you speaking to a person or you got people around you with average minds, ears, and eyes, you know, it's difficult. So that's why I say all of that to say, like, I'm doing this shit for my kids. Only thing I find enjoyment in, while in this experience, bro, as a human, and the way this life shit is, bro, only thing I find enjoyment in is my kids and just trying to strive to give them a certain life. I want to give them a certain life and a certain experience. That's who I do it for. I can't watch them struggle. You feel me? Like, I don't want them to struggle. I'm here. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, when you had kids, I spoke about that. Once you had kids, bro, you stuck in the matrix, bro. You just got to make the best of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to find my little, you know, my little nicks and crannies and shit that I can, you know, my little crevices that I can slip through to find little pockets of enjoyment, you know what I'm saying, and minimal shit. Cause like this life, this other shit, this shit you see is bullshit. It's temporary. It's temporary happiness all over it. And I find long-term happiness in my kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't care for too much. Like I said, like, I'm gonna be honest, if a motherfucker asks me, I'm gonna tell them. You know what I'm saying? I don't really enjoy this life shit. Because the things that people do for enjoyment or excitement or happiness, I didn't did all that. A lot of that shit be fake. It's temporary. It's artificial. Well, I'm gonna keep, nigga, if you can't keep it real nobody, you supposed to at least be able to keep it real with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Look yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you don't want to say around certain people or people in general because of how they gonna receive it. Oh, this nigga miserable. Oh, this nigga, he depressed. No, bro. I'm just seeing this shit for what it is. You lying to yourself. I'm telling myself the truth. You get up and you drink every day, or you drink every weekend, or you smoke every weekend, or you eating bullshit, or you doing this, or you fucking with this, or you chasing women, or you going to work trading your time for money, and you buying shit that don't mean nothing. In the end, it don't mean nothing. None of this shit don't mean nothing. It don't have no value. Somebody gave it value. Another man that looked like you gave this shit some value. Everything that we go work hard for and buy, somebody gave it value. Somebody gave it a look. Somebody gave it some light. Another human. Another human. Think about that. From phones to clothes, price tags, all that. Somebody gave it that. Somebody created that and put aura around that. So for me, I'll be looking like, bro, ain't none of this shit worth nothing. I don't even enjoy this shit the same way because I see where it's going before it go there. I know what it's hitting for 90-something% of the time. It's just like, so I'm just trying to, I don't know, get back to or find, you know, ways to enjoy this shit. You gotta become creative. You gotta become really creative once you start to understand this life, this experience. Once you start to see this shit for what it truly is, you have to become creative to keep from losing your mind. To keep sane, keep your sanity, you know what I'm saying? And try to protect your energy and try to elevate and you know, all of that kind of stuff, you know, keep yourself in good spirits. Because I'm telling you, bro, once you get to a certain point and you start to see it the way it is and see it for what it is, it's a curse and a gift. When you gain clarity, you know what I'm saying? Once you gain it, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is for real. But